This Cape Rugby TV feature is brought to you by Score Energy Drinks.
Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of Cape Rugby TV. Big thanks of course to our partners on board with us here at Cape Rugby TV, Score Energy Drinks. As you know, of course, Score Energy Drinks on board with Western Province Rugby and the Western Province Club Rugby Sevens. And then of course Thorburn Security Solutions and of course Yes Electrical down on Fort Trekker Road. Folks, we've got a full show for you this evening. We'll be catching up with Gino Topley, is the Match and Registration Officer at Titans Rugby Football Club. We'll speak to Charles Peterson, chairperson of Kylamore Rugby Football Club, and then we'll go across to speak to Avril Phillies. You'll remember her, third team coach at Van der Stel Evergreens. She's of course known as the mother of Van der Stel Rugby Evergreens, Van der Stel Evergreens. And then we'll speak to Fasich Crichton, Collegian's secretary. But on the line with me now is Eugene Andres. Eugene is of course chairman of Paarl Rangers. Now of course one of the games we would have looked at in the last while is Paarl Rangers against Lower Paarl, but unfortunately no game time. Eugene, it's nice to see you on the show, man. How are things with you?
No, I'm all right. And you, JP?
Yeah, it's difficult times. I think we, as everybody I've spoken to over the last 5 months, we keep saying we just put one foot in front of the other every day, and we just keep doing what we do. But you look like you're in good spirits. It's always great to see you with a smile on your face.
Yeah, we must smile. What else can we do? We're also trying here in Paul to do our utmost best for our players, but difficult. But there's rules in place, so we must abide by the rules. COVID is this. What can we do?
Eugene, I think the last time we took a look at what you guys were up to, it was a question of Paarl Rangers or Lower Paarl. But we're not going to talk about that tonight, unless you want to.
No, it's fine.
But that's one of the big derbies. That's what we're all missing at the moment. Is, you know, we would have loved to see 2020. Who's going to come out on top? Who's going to have the bragging rights? Is it going to be Lower Paarl or Paarl Rangers? That would have been nice.
Yeah, obviously everybody was looking forward to that because they were saying it's again Lower Paarl Rangers. But yeah, unfortunately it didn't happen for this year. So we must looking forward to it for next year.
Well, there's a couple of teams in the Paarl area that are definitely chasing after you, and whatever's coming next, it's not going to be as easy as it was before. But we'll have to wait and see what happens there. Eugene, you're the chairman of Paarl Rangers. You've got a big responsibility on your shoulders. You've got a lot of players. It's an incredible club structure. How have you found it over the last few months in terms of managing the club?
Yeah, JP, it's true what you say. It's very difficult at the moment. You must remember one thing. There's a lot of our players from the communities where they're staying. A lot of the guys is not working, and this is where our management is coming in now. Because we must really try to look after the players, where we are arranging some food parcels for them, for the community, especially for our supporters and players.
Yeah.
And it's not so easy, but yeah, we're trying to do our utmost best. Thanks to Western Province Rugby 2 weeks ago, where we got some parcels from them. And then we're also doing it on our own. And this is where I must say a big thank you to some businesses that is really helping us for this good cause.
Eugene, of course, Paarl Rangers, this is something you've got a bit of experience with. You've been doing community outreach projects for a while now.
Yes, a lot. You can say it's about 5 to 6 years ago when we started with our juniors, like on a Saturday morning, before they coming to the field. Certain people was nominated picking up the guys, the kids, and the breakfast was included. After the game, they was getting food. And now currently we've just established our old boys group, guys that used to play for the club a couple of years ago. We've got a management team there. They're solely responsible getting money into us for the club, where we can also do like food parcels. If there's a family in dire need, we try to make a plan. And we're actually planning, and in the next 2 weeks, we're planning on having another handout over the weekend for food parcels to families. And also, we can't do it without businesses, and there's a lot of companies that's helping us. My company I'm working for, Tenba Trans, Omni Energy, grain carriers. There's shops here in Paul, Aesop's, food market. A lot of them we're handing letters, and they know we are affiliated Western Province Rugby. So yeah, they're coming to the party and they will like give us discounts, and then we can go ahead with the planning and hand out parcels, and that's always a nice thing to do.
How often are you able to do it? It's obviously, as you mentioned, it's difficult to do it every day. It depends on capacity, it depends on resources, it depends on the type of contributions that you get. How often are you able to do your projects at the moment?
2 weeks ago, before Western Province handed over to us, we had a parcel delivery the week before that. And as I'm saying previously, we're doing in 2 weeks' time, we're gonna have another handover where one company is sponsoring us about 20 food parcels, money for 20 food parcels. Then the management team is gonna arrange that, and we will do the handover again. And also, all our rugby clubs in Paul, we got one of our guys in our Paul region, Mr. Kovia Doan is the chairman of Riverstone Rugby Club. He has arranged with the bread company in South River where we're getting like every week, we're getting parcels bread. So we hand it out to our players also, each club.
Yeah, yeah. That's fantastic stuff. We're looking forward to finding out more about this old boys structure that you've got there. I'm sure you're going to get a lot of people signing up to be a part of that structure, and that old boys structure is, of course, great to have to support the club structure. Eugene,
yeah, you're right. Look,
carry on.
You're right, JP. There's a management team in place. So what they're doing is each one that joins the old boys, they must pay a registration fee of $100 for a year.
Yeah.
Then, so what we as management team from the rugby club doing is whatever we need, we will convey it to them. They will start making work of it. And I must say, it's about a month or two old now, but the guys is really working hard on it because we can already see some positive things coming through.
Eugene, we're going to leave it at that, and we'll say to you guys, we look forward to finding out more about the Old Boys Club structure. So I'm sure you're going to get thousands of people who are going to join up there. As I said, we of course would have loved to see a lower Paul Rangers game this year, but who knows? Maybe we'll see some sort of online challenge between you guys. Who knows? And of course we say well done and thanks for going the extra mile at Rangers. You guys are incredible.
Thank you very much, JP. Very much appreciated.
There you go, folks. Eugene Andries, of course, chairman of the Paul Rangers Rugby Football Club. And if you can reach out in any way in that area, of course, Eugene and his guys will make sure that every contribution is used in just the right way. So once again, that number on the shout out line, 079 690 3550, 079 690 3550. That is our shout out line here. And if you want to reach out to Eugene, send us a message and we will pass that on to him. And of course, the guys at Paul Rangers, you know that it's going to go to the right cause. We'll take an ad break, and when we come back from the break, we'll catch up with Gino Topley. He's, of course, from the match and registration structures at Western Province Rugby for Titans Rugby Football Club. Looking forward to what they're busy with. Back in a sec. Hello everybody, welcome back, Cape Rugby TV. As we said, we were going to be catching up with the guys from Titans, also been very busy with outreach and, well, of course, as you know, Titans been around in Western Province Club Rugby for a long time, and to tell us more about what they're busy with at Titans Rugby Football Club, we've got Gino Topley on the line. Gino, it's great to see you on that side, Meneer, and I see that you're coming to us from work as well. How are things with you?
Yeah, no, things are good. Like I said, offset that, we have to deal with this weather, with lockdown and all of things. So, yeah, everything must go on.
Yeah, it's been difficult times. I mean, it is difficult times, but I must say, as difficult as it is, the nice thing has been that is to cross to people and speak to people like yourself, and you're actually smiling a little bit, even though things are difficult.
No, it is. You have to, at the end of the day, if you're not going to be smiling and, doing the extra mile for whoever.
Yeah.
You know what? People feed off these things if they see it, especially now on TV as well. People feed off all these kind of moments, and that encourage people to do the exact same.
Yeah. As management, have you guys had to do that? Have you had to try and keep the players positive?
No, we were trying basically, lockdown has gotten everybody, nobody has experience with lockdown and the things that is going on. So it was new for us. We had to sit with a few of our players, like we are doing now, video chatting and all of those little things, to keep them motivated. There's a lot of things that they are dealing with that, a lot of people don't know of. And then we as a club have to see to, and then we get into them in like a personal level in which they did not open up before, and try and help where we can.
A lot of challenges, a lot of new thinking, a lot of different ways that we have to think now about reaching out to the players. And in the absence of obvious training and game time, you have to find all these creative ways. But Gino, we've got to talk to you. You started off at Titans with an outreach project there. You started in early June already. So you, like many of the other clubs, Titans didn't waste time to garner support around their structures to start helping. Take us back to the beginning of June. How did it start for you guys?
It came up as an idea that we basically saw on Facebook. There was this thing going around about your mental as well as your fitness health. We started that off as a club, getting the players, keeping them fit, keeping the mentality there and all of those little things. And then we got the older heads from Titans, the guys that has been there, to get involved, teaching the younger guys, giving them tips on, how to keep fit. Like I said, we don't have experience, but, in this lockdown, but just to get the guys, keeping them active and all of those. But then that turned into a thing with community members coming to us and then actually asking us, is there any kind of thing that we can actually do to help? And Titans being we're not having the money and all of those things. We just took it upon ourselves. You are in our community. Why don't we just do this? And then we've seen to that, and we just kicked off from there.
You were, of course, one of the clubs also that was at Newlands last week to benefit from the United Way 3M campaign. That must have come in handy.
No, it did. That was a major help, and I would actually take this opportunity to just thank Western Province as well as the other parties involved, because that also helped our community members when it comes to food parcels. I mean, geez, it was a lot. It was a lot that they gave. And they were grateful. I mean, we took a few pictures, we put it on our social media, and you know what? It broke our hearts and it healed our hearts at the same time, to see the people in these conditions, and then Western Province and everybody coming to the fold to actually help, and one cannot be more grateful.
Let's talk a little bit about, we've got about 2 minutes left. Let's talk a little bit about what you're currently busy with, where you're going, and of course, how can people help? How can people get involved?
Okay, what we are doing now at the moment, we are busy with a soup kitchen, which we're looking to feed about 150 to 200 people, but that is in the community areas of close to home, which is Fairmount in Grassy Park, then it's the Artery area, then it's Lotus, and then Strandfontein, those kind of areas we are looking at. And that's on the 5th of September. So we are looking for donations. Again, Busy Corner has been helping us a lot with that. Well, through all the years with this kind of things.
Busy Corner, square on the jersey, always helping out. Have been prime sponsor behind Titans for years.
For years. And like I said, we will always say be grateful to them. And then they've been helping us with the soup kitchen and, getting things sorted. Then we're going to have on the Heritage Day, the 24th of September, we're looking to drive around and feed up to 400 people in the areas. with food and all of those things. And we're also still looking for donations from surrounding areas or businesses and things like that.
Most of the folks that are watching you now, if somebody is watching in the Grassy Park, Lotus Rivier, Ottery area, and they want to be involved, can they find you on Facebook? Can they message you there to try and reach out?
Yes, we're on Facebook. We got a website as well. You'll find all the details on Facebook. It's active 24/7, I'll say. And we are at Fairmount Sports Complex. That's in Grassy Park. And we belong to the FMC, which is the Field Management Committee there as well. So whoever is there at the time, they will get hold of us for you as well. So, but yeah, we're very close to that field, so we know a few people.
Gino, we're going to leave it at that. We look forward to finding out how it went. We, of course, hope that many people watching the show right now will go to your Facebook page, do a search for Titans Rugby Football Club, and can hopefully get involved with those projects that, as you say, the first one's on the 5th of September, and then, of course, the next one on Heritage Day on the 24th of September, hopefully feeding 400 people. So, again, hopefully people will reach out to you. From our side, great stuff. We wish we could do more, and it really, it's guys like you that's doing an incredible job, and we can see that you're coming to us from work here with iceberg aircons and compressions. Clearly they're allowing you to cross, and we say thanks to you and the team out there, and we send our best.
No, thank you very much. And again, thank you, Western Province and Cape Rugby TV, geez, yourself as well. Because without this little exposures, the clubs, that is the smaller clubs, you know, they don't get this much of the exposure. So no, thank you guys there and Western Province and everybody involved when it comes to the feeding schemes and those things. Always been good.
There we go, folks. Gino Topley, Titans Rugby Football Club, and as you, of course, would have seen in the jerseys behind us, Busy Corner Meat Hyper have been helping Titans Rugby Football Club for a long time. If you can get involved, as we know right now, clubs are the driving force behind helping in their neighborhoods. Then all you need to do is go and search for Titans Rugby Football Club on Facebook. It's the easiest way to get hold of Gino and the team, and jump on there and offer your support. That's, of course, if you are able to. But we know that any donations, any support will be well structured, well looked after. And of course, as Gino said, they're currently feeding and supporting 150 to 200 people. The next big drive is on the 5th of September. And then after that, on the 24th of September on Heritage Day, where they're looking at supporting 400 individuals. Incredible stuff. Folks, we'll take an ad break, and when we come back from the break, we're going to catch up with Charles Peterson. He's, of course, the chairperson of Kylemore Rugby Football Club. Back in a sec. Welcome back, folks. Cape Rugby TV time. We carry on talking about what's happening with the Western Province Club Rugby at the moment. Of course, as we know, it's hard times. It's hard to stay positive. It's hard to keep a smile on the face. Everybody's having a very hard time out there. 5 months of lockdown. But nevertheless, we see our club structures doing an incredible job. As you know, this entire show this evening has been dedicated around the outreach projects that the clubs have been busy with. On the line with me now is the chairman of the Kylemore Rugby Football Club, Charles Peterson. Charles, fantastic to have you on the line. How are things with you, Mania?
Hi, JP, and thanks for having me. It's such a great honor to be on your show tonight. Thank you.
Oh, no. It's the other way around, Mania. It's our honor and it's our privilege to have you on the show. So, no, it's great to see you. It's great to be chatting with you. It's nice to see that big smile on your face. And that's all we want to see, is we want to see you guys happy. That's really it. Charles, but it's the first time for you on the show that we've had in the last few months. Must be difficult for you guys, like everybody else.
Yeah, the big smile that you just saw now is in fact because that we can chat a bit about rugby.
Yeah.
It's been a while, and that's something really that we do miss in Kylemore a lot. Normally on a Saturday when we have rugby, everybody will just be on the field, and Kylemore will be like a ghost town. if you move through it. So, yeah, we really miss the rugby quite a lot, JP.
We're exactly what you just said when we spoke to the guys from Panel Villages the other day. They said exactly the same thing. On a Saturday, the town is probably empty. But that's the best thing I've heard so far in the last 5 months, is that when you say that people, and this, we saw this at Newlands the other day, when people came to Newlands to fetch the food parcels, the United Way food parcels, it was like people had left all the troubles at home and they were able to see each other. They were able to, couldn't shake hands, but they were able to smile and have conversations. That's what it is, rugby.
Yeah, and that was really a great that Western Province did. We were very, very happy, and I think that was a great initiative that Western Province took, and to reach out to the clubs. And we were very lucky and also fortunate to go there and collect a few parcels for our players.
Yeah. But Charles, this is not you guys have been busy with us for a while now. Tell us a little bit about the Kylemore Charity Foundation.
The Kylemore Charity Foundation, JP, has been on the foot for 5 years. And I'm part of that organization as well. I'm the vice chairman, and our chairman there is Angela Lawrence. And what we did now during the start of lockdown was we created a campaign where people can donate money, or through Give and Gain especially. And that was really from the start. We really had a very positive response from the community itself. And people just started to donate towards this campaign, and so that we can feed the hunger,
Yeah. Give and Gain. Tell us a little more about that. Is that one of the structures that supports the charity foundation?
No, we've linked up with Give and Gain a few years ago, and we created this a platform for people where they can donate directly into the charity foundation's account. And the nice thing about this is that everybody can go on the site or the link that is given to them. And so it is open for the public to see what is the amount that was raised up until today. So, and that is what we like about Give and Gain. So, and we really are very grateful for the community of Kylemore, Penil, Stellenbosch, and because everybody really contributed quite tremendously towards this initiative that we took, because it will not only cover just the people of Kylemore, but the whole of the Dwarsrivier Valley here by us.
Charles, just tell us a little bit more about the Give and Gain. I'm assuming that if people wanted to get involved and support Kylemore, they can go to the website and do a search for, how do they get involved? Tell me more.
On the page is a link that you, if you go on our Facebook page of the Kylemore Charity Foundation especially, there's a link that you can just click on, and there's a donate button that people can just press on, yes. And if you click on that button, and then obviously the amount that you would like or can contribute, you can just do it from there, and we will just get a notification. It will come from this person, and then then you just donate the amount that you can, and that will help to feed someone that is in need of food, or hunger.
That's incredible stuff. Tell us a little bit about your contact with the players, the management. Are you guys able to speak to each other? Are you able to help each other? Just the contact. I think that's the one thing that everybody's craving at the moment, is the ability to be able to interact with each other.
Yeah, I must say the difficult part of it was, JP, that how to communicate now with your members and players. We started off by, we had our very first virtual meeting a month or two ago. And not everybody, especially now in this situation or the pandemic that we're facing, is that not everybody is fortunate enough to have data, or because all the meetings must now go via Skype, via WhatsApp, or even Facebook now even has created a room that you can now set up meetings as virtual meetings, which actually works very nice. But I think that's the difficult part, and we communicate our head coach, Charles van Wyk, has done, always asked some of the players to send through also some videos so that we can see how the players are keeping them fit during this difficult time. And I think that is also the most biggest challenge for some of our guys to keep on practicing at home, and not everybody has this things also to do so. And but yeah, we are very happy for the guys that are continuing with this and to keep them fit, because come 2021, then we need our players to be fit,
Yeah, 100%. We've been saying for a few weeks now that you're now basically in a very long pre-season. It's pre-season training now.
Yeah, definitely. This will be the longest season that we will ever face. But we are hopeful through this, and that we will be able to continue with this in 2021. So.
Yeah. Charles, we leave it at that. We say well done to you guys. Give and Gain is, of course, but people can find you on your Facebook page, and they can donate to Give and Gain by clicking on the link on the Facebook page.
As easy as that, JP.
Something I think we might have to try. Charles, we'll leave it at that, and please give our best to everybody on that side. You can tell them that we're missing them, and we miss seeing them on the field. And well, hopefully this will all go away soon, and we'll see each other passing the ball around.
Yeah, thank you, JP. I will do so, and thanks for having me again.
There we go, folks. Charles Peterson is, of course, the chairman of Cullimore Rugby Football Club. Go to their website, see if you can contribute. There's a link there on their Cullimore Facebook page, and that will help you understand that you can donate any amount that you can afford on your side. That'll go through the Give and Gain fundraising initiative to the Cullimore structures, to the Cullimore Charity Foundation. And of course, it's fully transparent, and you can actually see on the website how much money has been raised. So Cullimore Rugby Football Club, just go do a search on Facebook, easy to find. And of course, you know that Charles Peterson and his team are there to look after those initiatives. Difficult times at the moment, folks, but at least you know that there are people like Charles out there busy trying to make plans, and they're keeping it organized, they're keeping it structured, and that's what we need. Folks, we'll take an ad break. When we come back from the break, we'll catch up with Fasih Creighton, who's of course secretary at Collegians Rugby Football Club. Back in a sec. Welcome back, folks. Cape Rugby TV. We carry on talking about what's happening in the world of Western Province Club Rugby. 5 months now, 5 months of lockdown, and it's been quite incredible to see what the clubs have been doing. Every club has got a different approach. Every club has been reaching out there that we've spoken to. Some clubs have partnered with NGOs in their area. Some clubs have teamed up with the players to help the neighborhoods. And some clubs have got sponsors coming on board, and other clubs have got management taking money out of their own pocket and doing their support of what it is that they can. And it's been quite incredible to witness just what rugby can do and what club rugby can do. And many of you will remember that about 2 months ago we spoke to Avril Phillies. Now Avril is of course from Van der Stel Rugby Club. She likes to call herself the mom of Van der Stel, and she's on the line with us now, and she's back. Avril, it's great to see you again.
Thanks for having me, and it's Van der Stel Evergreen, so it's not only Van der Stel.
Oh yes, if I don't get that right, I'm going to have Andre Gabriels all over me. So yes, of course, Van der Stel and Evergreens merged, I think, was it 2 years ago? They came together, and you have that new name, Van der Stel Evergreens. But we see it on the list as VDE. Van der Stel
That's right, that is Van der Stel Evergreens.
Yep. Avril, it's been, like I said, it's been about 2 months since we last spoke. The last we spoke, you were busy with your outreach project, something that you had very much taken control of. You'd taken the initiative yourself. Tell us what was going on then, just as a recap.
Okay. When before the lockdown, I was issuing out food and talks and stuff to the players. And when the lockdown started, most of the players were unemployed, or they worked on the wine farms, or they worked in the restaurants in Stellenbosch. But when that closed down, there was no income and there was no food on the table. So I sent out an invitation to the players saying that if you need anything, you can phone me and I'll discuss it with the women on the executive committee. So we are 4 women on that executive committee, and amongst our 4, we decide and what we need and who's going to get a parcel or whatever. Yeah. And I also told you previously that the players decided to donate a tin or non-perishable food. So I was working till the end of May. And now I have a lot of time on my hands, so I drive around, pick up the stuff, and come and make the parcels. And I also cook and bake. If a family phones to say we don't have food, and then I drop off the pot of food and the other treats, and then I collect the empty stuff during the week again to make another pot for somebody else.
Avril, that's quite incredible. I mean, what you're doing there. Tell us a little bit about more of people that are contributing to your resources, so to speak. Is it still all from management and players, or some local business getting involved?
No, nobody is getting involved. You must not remember, I told you that we are a family. So we call ourselves the VDE family. So family sort family out. And the donations comes from the players and from the management. And I received ingredients from 2 or 3 of the SA7's players. I'm not going to mention any names because because they also see me as their mom. And when they saw what I was doing at Van der Stel Evergreens, they said, okay, we'll make a donation. So I received some non-perishable food from them as well.
Is there anything you need, if we can tell the people that are watching the show now, watching the show at the moment, and they want to help or they want to contribute, is there anything that they can help with?
Yes, they can donate non-perishable food, JP, because as I say, we make food parcels, and as you know, most of the players, they don't want to come to the party and tell you I don't have food or whatever. So now I must just do another player, and then you will tell me, yes, coach, you can drop off the stuff here. I'll hand it over to the player or the family. Okay. And that is why I don't take pictures. Yes, if I hand over the pot or whatever, because I don't want to embarrass anybody. So it will, I'll drop it off, and then or I'll give it to the family, whatever.
Avril, I'm assuming that if people want to get hold of you and want to contribute, that we can pass those details on to you if we get those details in on our WhatsApp line.
Yes, please. That would be fine.
Yeah. So, of course, the WhatsApp line, ticker line is there. What is the kind of best stuff to contribute? You say non-perishable items. What is in your experience the kind of items that works, is convenient and is practical?
Okay, it's basic food stuff like it's rice, sugar, coffee, tea, porridge, beans. What else? Tin food as well. Yeah. And what else is there now? And spaghetti and stuff like that.
So it's the kind of easy to cook things, stuff that makes can make a big. Well, I'm no chef, but kind of items that is maybe easy to cook and hopefully will fill somebody up.
Yeah. Yes.
Avril,
because the food that we received from Western Province, that helped a lot of the players. It was only 15 players, but it helped them. So I added some more stuff to make it to last longer, in other words.
That was, of course, the contribution from United Way that the clubs were collecting at Newlands, and each one of those parcels feeding 6 people for a full month. That must have come in quite handy as part of your system.
Yes, it came in handy, and on Sunday, when I handed over the parcels, I also took a pot of food with and a dessert or whatever, so that they didn't have to make food when they received the parcel. So That is that's my contribution.
Avril, that's incredible stuff. From our side, we can just keep talking about it and highlight what you guys are doing. Hopefully, people will keep contributing. But I think also the positive side here is that there's a picture of positivity. There's a picture of hope that you're busy creating.
Yes, and the biggest problem that I'm going to have next year when the rugby starts is that actually all the players are going to start in my third team because they know they're going to get something to eat. So I don't know what the second and the first team coach is going to do.
Well,
so I feel sorry. I feel sorry for Ian Gordon and for Desmond Houston.
I've got a feeling that you're going to start getting a few phone calls for more than meals.
I know. They all want to come to my house.
Avril, we're going to leave it at that. We'll say to you, thanks very much again for all the work that you're doing. I'm sure that the players, the club, everybody's very lucky to have you, and hopefully people who can support will support.
Thank you very much, JP.
Thanks, Avril. There we go, folks. Avril Phillips is the third team coach at Van der Stel, but she's also considered to be very much the mother of Van der Stel Rugby Football Club. And if you can contribute, then of course our WhatsApp line, as you can see on the bottom of the screen there, 079 690 3550. That's the WhatsApp shout out line. You can use that line to get hold of us, and we can pass your information on to Avril if you can help out in the Stellenbosch, Van der Stel area. That's, of course, where the Van der Stel Rugby Football Club is. Van der Stel Evergreens, in fact. And she did give a brief explanation there of the kind of items that are handy, the easy-to-cook items that can fill a pot, fill a meal. So spaghetti and rice and potatoes, staple foods, tins, things that do not perish. That'll, of course, help Avril. It'll help things go a very long way, folks. Folks, we'll take an ad break. When we come back from the break, we'll catch up with Fasih Creighton. He's, of course, secretary at Collegians Rugby Football Club. Back in a sec. Welcome back, folks. Cape Rugby TV, and of course we carry on talking about what's happening in the world of Western Province Club Rugby. Right, folks, don't forget, of course, if you want to win yourself a case of Score energy drinks, then all you need to do is SMS the word SCORE right now to 33090. Just SMS the word SCORE to 33090, and you can put yourself in the mix to win a whole case of Score energy drinks. 33090, and congratulations to last week's winner, Bradley Damons. Bradley, somebody from Cape Rugby TV is going to be in touch with you shortly, and you'll be able to collect your case of Score energy drinks. Folks, as you know, we've been talking about the outreach projects that our clubs have been busy with, and one of the most incredible outreach project stories that we have got is from Collegians Rugby Football Club. And joining me on the line now to tell me more about this is Collegians Secretary Fasih Creighton. Fasih, nice to have you on the show, meneer. How are things on your side?
Good, thanks, JP. No complaints from my side. How's things your side?
Yeah, we keep saying one foot in front of the other, one day at a time. But difficult for everybody. Collegians, you guys are known for keeping the gees and for reaching out to the players and having an excellent community spirit. Last 5 months, a little bit more difficult than usual, though.
For sure. I mean, it's been tough here. especially in our communities where, we've got a lot of laborers and, guys working wage and construction guys. So it's been tough out here. The years has been, somewhat quiet over the last few months in our communities.
Vasich, Collegian's no stranger though to community outreach projects. You've got a team structure there, a management structure that has got quite a lot of skills at supporting those in need. Those skills over the last few years is obviously is obviously useful now.
No, for sure, JP. Quite a lot of the executive, the players, and a lot of the supporters within the club, have started various projects within the community. We've got a variety of feeding schemes at the moment that are happening, be it every second day. It used to be daily throughout the community. So, we're trying. It's been...
You're feeding, from what I understand, between 800 and 1,000, more than 1,000 people. At what is it twice a week?
Yeah, look, what we did was initially we started about 2 to 3 weeks into the lockdown period, where we just started, a couple of us coming together, the exco, and a few other players and friends, and we just started, whatever pots we could make together, we started putting together. We started off with one pot every few days, and as everybody's been seeing that we're busy, each one would come and say, I want to do the next pot, let me assist. And lucky for us, we actually grew to an extent where for the first 2 months to 3 months of lockdown, we managed to feed every day. So we would make a minimum of 2 to 3 pots on a daily basis, and we would, because we can't feed all the areas every day, we would go on a rotational basis. So we'll do one length here, one we'll give to Eastridge, we'll do the farm very close to where our rugby field is situated, we'll work Beacon Valley, Tafelkirk. So every day at least, because a lot of us were at home during the lockdown, so it made it very easy for us to do food prepping. Could we, cook, clean, and prepared all the food ourselves.
This is no surprise from Collegians. We know that you guys can do incredible things. I'm actually a little bit stuck for words because, which is not supposed to be normal because I'm the TV presenter. But listening to the way that you're explaining it, really does. It really does mean a lot.
I can tell you this, JP, and I mean, I tell a lot of people the story, you come and we do food parcel drives, and you come to a person's house, right? And you take, because now what we do is we don't come in the day, we don't come with phones, we come later on the evening, when it's quiet, so that the neighbors don't see, wait, there's a food parcel truck being delivered at this person or stuff. So we try and be as subtle as possible. We try not share too many pictures, and a lot of pride in people that we're feeding. I can tell you a story quickly. We come into this person's house, right, and we bring a food parcel to her, and while we're there, it's a narrow entrance house. As we walk in, JP, the lady of the house is busy making food or a sandwich for somebody at the door. But this person, doesn't have electricity in the house. This person barely has any food besides maybe bread and whatever she just put onto the so from a feeding perspective, it really opened our mind. We've realized how fortunate some of us are, and how lucky we are in terms of that thing. So it's really something that we'd like to keep on. It's not something we just want to do during the lockdown period. We want to continue it. It's something that we look forward to doing, not just this year, but for years to come. And like I said, we've been lucky. Friends, family, our friends.
Vasich, we're going to leave it at that. I think if there's anything here that's important, it's the ability to say thank you to you guys, and I think it's also important that people must have a feeling of appreciation and a feeling of gratitude. And so from our side, we say, we commend everything that you guys are doing. Fasih, if people do want to contribute, if there are anonymous people out there, companies, corporates, or any individual that want to contribute in some sort of way, what is the best way for them to get a hold of you? Is it perhaps via your Facebook page, or even on our WhatsApp line? We could send numbers to you.
Yes, for sure. Yourself or Denzel, you guys can contact us, give us the contact, share it over, or they can just contact us via Facebook. We've got a page there. You'll see we've got some of our younger guys that have taken the social step to do some interviews and some videos and all of those things. So we'll be a bit more active from our social page. But JP, we, like I said, we thank you guys. VP Rugby, who assisted us with their food parcel drive a couple of weeks ago. They assisted us with, even the players were loading the goodie bags for us and all of those things. We appreciate yourself, your team, and like I said, maybe one day we can invite you to come see how we do some cooking, and we can maybe give you a few lessons.
I'm there.
Maybe
I'm
when
there.
you leave out, you'll be able to show your wife how to make acne or biryani or curries and all of those.
I'm sold. I'm in 100%. I'm looking forward to that. Fasih, we'll leave it at that, and we'll say to you, listen, thanks very much. And of course, to the players,
thank you,
everybody at the call, stay safe. That's the first priority, is stay safe, and great stuff. Well done. And you have our full support. And if there's anything we can do from our side, please let us know.
No, for sure. Thank you, guys. Thank your team. And if there's any organizations out here in our surrounding areas that also be in contact with us, like I said, we might be lucky where JP, this interview might send us 100 kilos or 1,000 kilos of rice, and we can share it. It's not just about our direct community. If we can help the surroundings, you might be another organization that might get chicken for us cheaper, and we can say, you know what, here, help us with the rice. You might have a vegetable contacts that sponsor you. We can give you spices. So we definitely, any organization that we can assist or can assist us, our doors are open. Like I said, we've been working with big feeding schemes as well. We've been part of bigger feeding schemes where we assisted the bigger outreach programs. So we're definitely available. But again, thanks, JP. We really appreciate it from the call. You stay safe, and we look forward to seeing you soon on the rugby field.
Thanks, yes, absolutely. Thanks, Fasih. There we go, folks. Fasih Crichton is a secretary at Collegians. If you want to see some incredible work, then get down to Col. Get down to the Col. Feeding between 800 and 1,200 people. One can only be speechless when you listen to these success stories, the work that the people are doing out there, and not for publicity, simply for reaching out and helping in the neighborhood. Folks, we will call it a night, and we will say to you, please remember, practice social distancing, wash your hands, and of course, always wear a mask. We'll see you again next week, same time, same place. A fantastic rugby weekend. Bye-bye.
This Cape Rugby TV feature is brought to you by Score Energy Drinks.